This happened when I was 17. A group of friends and I decided to spend a Saturday at one of the biggest amusement parks in our state. It was about a 2-hour drive from where we lived, so we left early that morning and planned to stay until closing. The day was pretty normal. We spent most of it riding roller coasters, eating terrible food, and wasting money on carnival games. Around sunset, we got in line for one of the park's biggest attractions. The wait was close to an hour. By the time we reached the loading station, the sky was already getting dark. I remember checking my phone while we waited for the next train. As I stepped forward, one of the ride operators looked directly at me. "Have fun, Tyler." I froze. I hadn't been expecting to hear my name. I looked at him and asked if we knew each other. The guy smiled. "No." Then he lowered the safety bar and stepped away. The ride started moving before I could ask anything else. At first I figured maybe he recognized me from school or something. But the more I thought about it, the less sense it made. The park was almost 3 hours away from where I lived. I had never seen him before. After the ride ended, I tried finding him. The operator had disappeared. Another employee was working his position. I asked where the guy had gone. She looked confused. I described him. She shook her head. There wasn't anyone else working this platform tonight. I laughed and assumed she was mistaken. The rest of the night went on normally. Around 10 p.m. we started heading toward the exit. While walking through the parking lot, I reached into my hoodie pocket for my keys. Instead, I pulled out a folded receipt. I didn't recognize it. It wasn't mine. On the back, written in black marker, were 3 words. My full name. First. Middle. Last. I still have no idea how it got there. When I was 15, my family took a vacation to Florida. One day we visited a huge theme park. The place was packed. Thousands of people everywhere. At some point in the afternoon, I got separated from my parents while leaving a ride. I wasn't worried at first. This was before smartphones were common, but we'd agreed on a meeting spot near the entrance. I figured I'd just head there. While trying to find my way back, I noticed a pathway behind a building. It looked like a shortcut. There weren't many people around, so I took it. The further I walked, the quieter everything became. The music disappeared. The crowds disappeared. Soon there was nobody around at all. I remember feeling weird about it. I could still see attractions in the distance, but the path itself felt abandoned. Then I noticed something strange. All the buildings looked old. Not run down. Just empty. Like movie sets. Some still had signs hanging above them. Others had boarded up windows. I kept walking. That's when I heard footsteps behind me. At first I assumed it was another guest. But every time I glanced back, the person was farther away than I expected. Almost like they were intentionally staying just out of view. I only ever got quick glimpses. A man. Dark clothing. Walking slowly. I sped up. So did he. The path eventually split in 2 directions. I took the left path. A few seconds later, I heard footsteps coming from behind me again. I looked back. The man had followed. At that point I started jogging. I didn't know where I was anymore. I just wanted to get back to the crowded part of the park. Eventually I saw a security employee near a service gate. I ran over and explained everything. The guy looked confused when I described where I'd come from. Then he asked me to point it out. I turned around. The pathway was gone. Not hidden. Gone. There was only a fenced maintenance area behind us. To this day, I have no explanation for where I ended up. But I still remember the feeling of being watched. This happened during my first summer job. I worked at a small amusement park as a ride attendant. One night near the end of the season, the park closed early because attendance was low. After the guests left, a supervisor offered to let a few of us ride one of the roller coasters before heading home. There were 5 employees. Including me. I remember that clearly. We even argued over who got the front row. Eventually we boarded and the train left the station. The ride itself was normal. Halfway through, though, the guy sitting next to me suddenly looked over his shoulder. When we got back to the station, he immediately asked, "Who was sitting in the last row?" The rest of us looked at him. Nobody answered. Because none of us knew what he was talking about. He insisted there had been another person riding with us. Someone sitting alone in the very back seat. We laughed. We thought he was joking. But he wouldn't let it go. Eventually he convinced management to check the security cameras. The footage showed exactly 5 employees boarding. No 6th rider. No guest. Nobody. The strange part came when the manager reviewed footage from the station camera. Just before the train entered the unloading area, there appeared to be someone sitting in the last row. The image only lasted a second. Then it disappeared. The manager blamed it on a camera glitch. Everyone else agreed. But the employee who saw the extra rider quit 2 weeks later. According to him, the person in the back row wasn't looking forward. The entire ride, they were looking directly at him.